What's up, Chef Anthony Albrittain here, cooking, tasting, and eating the Carolinas. Hi, the Carolina cook, cooking, tasting, eating the Carolinas. That triple threat. All right. Yo, before I say anything. Well, I've already said something technically. Now I know why those uncles be having this thing dirty at this point. But now I know why uncles be on the grill with the towel. Because, boy, I was sweating. Yeah, man, you won't catch me in no uncle sandals. But I can understand why they had that towel on the shoulder or whatever. Today, I would say it's simple, but it's kind of simple. It's still simple at the same time, but the longest thing that took me to prepare was the mac and cheese, because I started it on the grill, and finished it in the oven. So on this episode, I will be doing fried fish, come on, Fly, why you hating on a player? I'll be doing fried fish and seafood mac and cheese. The seafood mac and cheese will consist of mussels. I was gonna do oysters. Did mussels instead. So it's gonna consist of mussels. Not that kind of mussel though. Crab claw meat, shrimp, and that's it. And once again, I will be using that Chef Albrittain's seafood seasoning that enhances your seafood. I'll be using that with some other things. And let's just get to it, man. The food is already done. We're gonna go back in time, okay? Let's go, follow me. Back at it once more again, y'all, once more again. All right, I already got the pot on the stove. I got cut macaroni here. I never really used these type before. Dump those in the water. Got myself here some shrimp and some mussels. All right, shrimp and mussels. Okay, now in the skillet, I'm gonna prepare some butter sauce with the Chef Albrittain seafood seasoning. Enhance your seafood, that's what it says, and that's what it does. I'm gonna put a simmer saute on that shrimp. Shock them noodles with cold water so that they can stop cooking. All right, I got the shrimp partially cooked. Not gonna cook them all the way. Gonna go ahead and start taking them out now. All right, these mussels are already pre-cooked. So I'm gonna just saute them around a little bit. Look at the weather, y'all. It started out hot today. Get out of that rain. Okay, y'all, this is the sauce that I sauteed my shrimp and my mussels in. I'm gonna use the same sauce as the base for my cheese sauce for the mac and cheese. Gonna add some heavy cream. All right, now I've added some cheese to it. Y'all, it's raining pretty hard. And the only reason it's gonna be a little bit of green in this mac and cheese is because of what's in my seafood seasoning. I don't really believe nothing green otherwise should be in your mac and cheese.
Oh, hell no!
That's what Big Mama would say if you try some mess like that.
Now I'm gonna add some eggs and some sour cream and some cheese to these noodles. All right, I ended up adding another carton of cream. 16 ounces, two 16-ounce cartons. I want to make sure I got enough cheese sauce for this whole batch. I put 2 eggs in here. Stir those eggs up in there. Look at this. I'm recording this moment for history. This is the only the second video you ever been in mine helping do anything as far as cooking. The first video was when I went in the house and left the stuff on the stove and you stirred it up till I got back. How did you stir that cheese again? Let me see. The cheese sauce. All right, this is 16 ounces of sour cream. I'm gonna add some sour cream to this mac and cheese. Then I'm gonna stir it and see what it looks like before I add more. I ended up using all of it. Need to add any more. All right, I've added some cheddar to the pot. Cheddar cheese.
I want to see.
And some other cheese. Y'all know I don't just go telling what cheeses I put in my stuff now. Like, you gotta come up with your own thing on the cheese now. Now, traditionally, you would just get some Velveeta cheese or something like that, cut it into blocks and put it in there. I'm not about to be sitting here cutting up no blocks of cheese like my mama used to do it. Oops. We gotta season it first. So I'm gonna put a little seasoned salt in there. You just know when it's enough. There you go. You just know when it's enough. Look at that. Then we're gonna add some onion powder. You just know when it's enough. You just know it.
No, you do not.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you doing too much for the
all right.
toast.
There you go. Can't forget the black pepper, y'all. Just put a little bit on there. Just a little bit.
Black pepper.
Gonna hit it with a little pinch of that Chef Anthony seafood seasoning on there.
Right?
Just a little bit. I know you're not sitting here eating my cheese sauce.
Try it.
He's saying try it like he cooked it and all he's doing is stirring the pot. Stirring good. Y'all, the sauce got the flavor of the mussels and the shrimp in there because, well, y'all saw how I did it. So that flavor coming through. Make sure to oil your pan. All the butter, whatever you want to use. All right, we're going to start putting this macaroni on in layers and put everything on in layers, all right? Layer 1 of macaroni. All right, I put a layer of mussel and shrimp on there. Now, we're going to add some lump crab meat. Crab claw. Going to add some crab claw. See that? Nice. All right, that's your first layer. I'm going to do the same thing with another layer. But we got to add some cheese first. So let's add some cheese. Bam. Now, after constructing my first layer, you add your cheese sauce to that first layer. All right, that's the last layer of noodles. Gonna do the same thing. Same thing with this last layer. Top layer layered up. That's a lot of mac and cheese, y'all. This pan set me back. All of this together set me back about, a little over $100. Then look at that. I done dropped $50 worth of crab on the ground. That's crab, so that's $50 worth of crab right there. Added some more of this cheese sauce mixture to the top. Now I'm gonna top it off with some cheese, then I'm gonna top it off with a little more of that cheese sauce. That's that. I'm gonna use all of that, y'all. All of that. And set this on the grill for about 45 minutes, man. We're gonna let it go. Well, I'll check on it periodically and see what it's doing. But the goal is 45 minutes. Then we're gonna get started on this fried fish. You know what time it is? Time to close the casket on it. I forgot, y'all. I had to add a little paprika on top. That's just for color and presentation. Nothing else. Yes, sir. Now what we got here is 5 pounds of wild Pacific whiting. Y'all should have did my math. I didn't know I would end up having to cut the whiting myself. I'm gonna cut them up, season them up. All right, y'all, I had to do more work than expected. So all I had to do was pretty much break them down and just cut them in half. Throw a little onion powder, all-purpose seasoning, If it's in you, you'll know when to stop. And we're gonna hit it with a little Chef Anthony's.
I mean Chef Albrittain's. I don't know why I always say my first name for this seasoning instead of my last, but hey.
All right, threw some flour in a pan. And we're gonna season that flour too. That way, whatever the fish loses in the process, the flour will have it on deck. Now, I'm not gonna hit it with no more Chef Anthony's.
Chef Albrittain.
It's got a little spice. It's got a little kick to it. All right. Get this flour mixed up. I can hear the grease talking. I can hear this grease talking. It's saying, "Bring that fish on. Bring that fish on." Nice fish, nice and seasoned. Smelling good already, man. Nothing but flavor, baby. Nothing but flavor. All right, I'm gonna get a little test piece going. You don't want to ruin the whole batch. You gotta test it. See, that's why you always do that test piece first. Because as you can see, it's a little too dark. The grease was a little too hot. Still nice and flaky underneath though. Give it a little taste. Let me show y'all something. I didn't bother filleting this fish, y'all. As kids, we done choked on enough fish bones to know how to maneuver around them by now. All right, now it's just right. Just right. That's that first batch. That's that first batch. Now we moving on to the second. Let me show y'all something. People be dipping in the egg and the milk and all that. You know, try to get a good batter going. Look at that. That's 1 coat of flour right there. Don't need none of that extra stuff, man. None of that extra stuff. Even in chef school, when they taught us how to fry chicken, they had us going through that process. But I told the chef instructor, I was like, look, down south, we just flour that thing up one time and fry it. Look how it come out.
Chicken fried fish, look like a chicken breast.
You don't need all that double, triple dipping and all that extra work and extra mess. One more batch and we done. See that? Let it drain out. Imagine that soaking in a paper towel and your fish or your chicken sitting on that. It's just gonna turn soggy, man. We wanna keep that crisp going. Yeah, don't lay them on paper towel. Put them on a rack. Let them drip. Okay, y'all, my macaroni has been on the grill throughout this whole process. Now I'm going to finish it off in the oven. I'm going to broil it up top to give that cheese some caramelization up top and some browning. And I'm going to bake it a little more. The grill was more so to give it a smoky grill flavor. This part is for all my dogs watching. Red the tails. There's a little backbone and everything up for the dog. And
now that's what you call a doggy treat right there, boy.
I need to let it go to waste. I didn't like how pitiful he was sitting there looking at me, so I'm gonna hook him up.
All right, y'all see the texture and consistency on this macaroni? This is the macaroni texture you want to go for. Not just noodles stirred up in cheese. Now you see how moist that is, but it's still firm and not loose. That's a good baked macaroni right there.
Whew, y'all, that grill's still hot, but I'm gonna set my plate on it anyway. Look at that. That's my presented plate. Let's jump on this fish first. Nice and flaky. With a nice crisp crust. Yo, this fish is so good with the all-purpose seasoning, the onion powder, and the Chef Albrittain seafood seasoning to give it that extra something special. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I don't really like frying fish. I don't really like frying food, period.
Boy, I say this here fish bussin', stomach bussin'.
This fish tastes like some Colonel Sanders fish. This fish look and tastes like it's related to chicken.
Man, this is the best fish I've ever fried. And this is the best fried fish I ever tasted. Not because I cooked it. No. It's just that. It just is what it is. It's the best fried fish I ever tasted. Chef Albrittain seafood seasoning definitely does what I said it does. It enhances your seafood.
All right, now let's try this mac and cheese.
The mussel. That crab meat done cooked off in there. Now that right there is mac and cheese. All right, you see how that macaroni look, man. Look at that. That's how mac and cheese is supposed to look. Stop stirring those noodles up in that cheese. Calling that macaroni and cheese.
I'm just saying, making macaroni ain't for everybody.
I'm a chef, not a stunt man. So I'm gonna get off of this camera with this food before I hurt myself. If you're not happy, you just might not be eating good. Y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all stay hydrated. If you sweat it out, put it back in.
Y'all, I love ice water. Bussin'.